Hi there guys! I was thinking the other day about something I thought would make a great video and give us a chance to get to know each other a little bit more. I was thinking about things that I appreciate that I never actually said thank you for. And I don't mean necessarily the huge things, but the little small things people do that we might not even notice immediately that it helped us. Just the things that we don't even sometimes maybe think to say thank you for, or in my case, maybe we aren't brave enough to say it immediately because we think we're just being silly. There's quite a few things I am appreciative for that I didn't say thank you at the time because I either didn't think about it or was just literally just too scared to say thank you. And I know that sounds silly, but I'm just such a shy person that even that can take some bravery. But it was little things I was thinking about, just the small things that we don't always notice. For example, when my parents were getting divorced, I remember there was one girl I was talking to at school, and she looked at me and she said, "Are you okay? Because if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't be." And that just took me by surprise almost. I just didn't know what to say to her at first because I was trying so hard to be upbeat and not let it affect me that I didn't realize it was okay. I'm very all about the mentality that things could always be worse, and that's true. They could be worse. But you have to realize that that saying is to make you appreciate what you have. That doesn't mean you're not allowed to be upset about something when it happens. Like, that was a big thing. That was something I'm allowed to be upset about. And I guess I just didn't realize it at the time how much that was affecting me to try and just ignore it and pretend that it wasn't happening. And when she said that, it meant a lot to me. And I don't think I ever said thank you or ever even acknowledged it more than nope. I said nope, and I turned around and I went back to just being upbeat and positive and fine. And obviously, like, I'm totally fine and over it now. That was years ago. But at the time, I wasn't. At the time, I was upset and hurt. And I wasn't allowing myself to feel that. And that was the one person I always look back at when I think about that time and just say, wow, I wish I would have said thank you. So just little things, the little small things we can appreciate throughout our day. Another time is just in college, this past semester. I was having a terrible day. I had so much on my mind, so much on my plate, and I was so stressed. I was so upset. I was having such a bad day. And you know when you have a bad day and you just kind of turn off and shut down and don't want to talk to anyone, don't want to be involved. Honestly, I was happy I made it to class, let alone be an active participant. And I remember there was this one girl who was in both of my psychology classes. This was my later one. And she came up to me and said, "Hi, how are you? Aren't you in my other psychology class?" She was just so upbeat and positive, just brought this wave of like happiness with her. She was just such a bubbly person. And it really took me off guard because honestly, no one had talked to me that day. Like, I was shut down and didn't want to speak to people, and no one wanted to talk to me either. And she was the first person to look at me and say, "Hey, I'm gonna go be positive to her." And I don't know if she realized I was upset or just was like, "Hey, I saw you in my other class today." But I never said thank you for that. And that was a case where I was really too shy, and I thought about it so often when I saw her in class, to just how easy it would be to say, "You know, that day you don't realize it, but you really helped me like a lot." That whole day went differently after that. I was in such a better mood because she turned off that cycle of negative thoughts we get when we start getting upset and down. Your brain just goes into this flow of negative, negative, negative. And she stopped that right away, like just with a wave of positive and upbeat energy. She turned it off, and it really improved the rest of my day to have her do that. I was able to enjoy my class, participate in my class, joke, laugh, smile, and I never said thank you to her for how much she helped me that day. Again, something super small, super little. We don't always realize the little things we can do to really help someone. And I think that's something we should think about the next time we look at someone and say, hey, maybe they don't look that happy right now. The little things we can do to improve someone's day. It could really make a difference. I know those are two very little, maybe silly things to think about, but I can tell you I'll remember those two people for the rest of my life, because it just amazes me what a big impact they made from such a little comment or gesture that was sweet and really helped me a lot. And so I encourage you to help people in those small, little, sweet ways that you can. Just don't turn down the opportunity to be nice to someone. I know I've done it a lot just because I'm so shy, and I regret it because I look at things like that and I know people helped me a lot by being brave. And so when you get the opportunity, smile, be nice, tell people little things that can make a huge difference. I know it doesn't sound like much, but I promise it really can help someone or make a difference in their life. I hope you guys can appreciate this video for what it's supposed to be. I know it hasn't been the most funny, but I think it was well worth saying, and hey, you guys got to learn a little bit more about me and who I am and where I stand. And this is more of the types of videos I wanted to do when I started this channel, only because I think I value knowledge and education so much, and that's kind of what I wanted to show or perpetuate in my channel, is I want to get people to think about big things, little things, everything in between. That's why I call myself the happy philosopher, because I think probably way too much, but I find a way to also be happy, and I don't think that's a bad way to be. So I hope in some way this makes you think, in some way lifts your day, because you are all beautiful and special in your own particular way, and I think you should remember that and remind others of that when you can. I appreciate that I have a roof over my head, that I have the money to go buy clothes for myself, that the sun is shining and it's warm and beautiful out today. It's super duper hot outside, but it is a beautiful, beautiful day. That I can look out the window and see birds flying and know that there's people in this world who love me, and I'm sorry to people who don't have that, I really am, but that's up to us to help them get it. And speaking about people who love me, I wanted to do something a little different and a little special for my boyfriend. Now, I preference this with, I am not a singer, and this is very new. He is actually the musical one. He is an extremely talented artist, in my opinion, and I'm sure many others, but I decided to go his style with it and take a musical approach to this next part. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things were meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life. 'cause I can't help falling in love with you. Like the river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things were meant to be. Oh, take my hand, take my whole life too, 'cause I can't help falling in love with you. I can't help falling in love with you. I can't help falling in love with you. This is my first step at trying to be a braver person, a person who will put themselves out there to maybe help someone else. I want to do that more. I don't want to let my shyness or my anxiety get in my way. I want to be able to take on anything, and I want to be able to help people wherever I can, and I don't want anything to hold me back. So here's my first attempt at being braver.